What's going on, guys? So, I want to talk about something. I made a video about this like a few years ago, and I want to talk about it again. It's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to upset some people. I already know the backlash is coming from this. I'm going to break down something that 99% of the people don't know, haven't been exposed to, and haven't had this broken down to them before. Some people will say, yeah, I knew that already. Some people will just won't admit that they didn't know and say, I'm full of it. So, let's talk Dan stripes. Dan stripes per Dan, right? This is something you primarily see in Korean arts. So how do all these Goju-Ryu, Shotokan groups, I say it like that because there's a lot of Americanization that's going on here. A lot of these groups adopt this. How and why? So let's push it back a little bit. Now, Tadashi Nakamura wrote about this a little bit in his book, The Human Face of Karate. It's a biography of his life. And he touched on it in a small way. So when he first came to the States, right, not too far down from him, there was a guy opening up a Taekwondo school, a Korean guy. Now, the Korean guy had this thing on his wall, 5th degree black belt master. Master. That's how a lot of these American schools started using these titles to boost themselves up as well. 5th degree master. And then you walk in and you see this guy with these gold bars on his belt, right? Versus you see a Shotokan school with just some strange Asian letters on his belt. Why doesn't he have the cool stripes like the Korean guy? Why not? He's a master. So because he has stripes, he's a master and this guy doesn't? So now we're getting into American Western marketing. So some of these groups, the second generation of them, of course, the American students that came from these Japanese masters, some of them, not all, started adopting this into their own practices. Why? For marketing reasons. Or even for their friends. Let's say I've been training with a Shotokan instructor for years, right? And I'm a 4th Dan, but my belt is just a plain black belt that's beat up. But my buddy's been training for half my time or whatever it is, and he's got 2 cool stripes on his belt. Well, I want to be like that guy. So when I open my school, I want people to see how many stripes I have. I want somebody to walk in and know, hey, but even then that's a little awkward. I've been a part of the Kyokushin culture where you're sitting there, you're trying to count a guy's stripes, and it's like, why are you looking at my crotch? Because that's what it looks like, right? So in Kyokushin, you'll see these stripes because Oyama was Korean. So that's why it was adopted. The stripes actually go back to the military. People forget that Taekwondo was developed by General Cho. General Choi, actually, I believe it was. His name was pronounced. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it because my Korean is not that great. My specialty is Japanese. So he founded it and it was adopted through the military. And what do the military do when you get ranks? You get chevrons. So it mimics those chevrons on the belts. That's what happens. Now, also, the Americans started pushing the idea of a 4th degree as a master because that's what they do in a lot of the Korean arts. Not all of them. I don't know all of them, but I know in Taekwondo they do. So now it's like, oh, I'm a 4th degree. I'm just sensei, but this guy's a master, grandmaster, senior master. So now I have to start making people who are 4th Dan master because that way they want to be on the same playing field as these guys. So a lot of the groups that you will see in Okinawa that may use stripes, not all do, like Morihei Higayona doesn't, there's a bunch of groups that don't, but the groups that do, you'll see them use the stripes for the titles and for positions. So 1 stripe means you're a renchi. And over there, typically that's a 4th, I'm sorry, not a 4th, a 5th or a 6th Dan. Not so much a 4th like it is here in the States in some groups. 2 stripes is a 7th or an 8th Dan, kyoshi. Now 3 stripes is an 8th or a 9th Dan. So you're looking at a guy's belt and the stripes are on both sides. You're looking at a guy's belt and you're like, oh, that old man is only a 3rd degree black belt. No, that man is a Hanshi with like 50, 60 years of experience. 4 stripes is a Saikyo Shihan. Saikyo Shihan is the highest and most senior instructor of an organization. And 5 stripes, which is super rare, is a Meijin. A Meijin is like a national treasure. This can only be given to you by the Emperor of Japan. It's like being knighted, right? Like Ian McCullough and Patrick Stewart and Elton John were knighted by Queen Elizabeth. It's a similar thing. Basically means that you have contributed so much to an art that it benefits the history and growth of Japan. So you're considered like a national treasure. That's kind of how that works. So if anyone's been curious about how the stripe thing came about and that sort of thing, it basically had to do with marketing. And the guys that was teaching any of the Okinawan-based or Japanese-based arts, trying to keep up with the Korean guys in terms of marketing. Because students were like, oh, that guy has 5 stripes, you have 0 stripes, why? 2 world-renowned masters, no stripes on their belts. In Shotokan, in Japan, you won't see these guys walking around with stripes on their belts. They just don't. Any Morihiro Higayona's guys, you don't see them with stripes on their belts. So that really stems from that. So if anyone's been curious, that's what it is. I know people are going to have a heart attack when they see this video. Like, he's lying. He's so full of it. He's bashing someone. I'm not bashing anyone. I'm educating people. If it hurts your feelings, right? If they say the shoe fits, wear it.